Am I early?
Yeah, like 2 minutes.
2 minutes early. Oh, there's like 10 people here already. Oh, what's up? Oh, how do I even know what time it is? Your thing doesn't say the time on it.
Well, it's like 10:59 now.
Oh, well, I have a minute. I better just wait a minute. Hi, everyone. I'm waiting for the show to start too. I actually didn't figure out what I'm talking about yet today, so I gotta do that really quick. We've got a live one here. No, we're still waiting. It's only 10:59. It's only 10:59. We've got like 1 more minute. Just gotta do nothing for a little bit. Just chilling out, doing nothing. Do nothing. Hold on, I can adjust this. Okay. Dashaina always sets it up so there's so much space over my head. Maybe she thinks there's stuff going on above my head that people need to see, like fumes, like smoke or something. Does smoke come out of my head? I don't know. What if I just sit here really still? Will you think it's broken? Oh, the thing moved. Oh, Jeff, were you giving me suggestions of what I could talk about this morning? This morning, yeah. Yeah, I could do nothing. I could just do nothing. How's it going, Zach? So is it 11 o'clock yet? Am I supposed to start doing stuff now? Or am I still waiting? It's probably 11 o'clock now. So I guess I should talk about something. Well, I made myself a new shirt yesterday. It's all painted fancy. I'm actually really happy with how it came out. She makes faces behind you from there. Did someone make faces behind me? Were you making faces behind me?
I think so.
Okay, go away. Or do whatever you want. I love all my kids' shirts. Oh yeah, maybe I should put this shirt in my thing. I could. Yeah, it came out really good. I'm really happy with that. I've been drawing a bunch of stuff lately that I'm really happy with, which is, okay, hold on a second. My 10-year-old is just standing right there staring at me. Are you being weird? Go play or something. All right. Was that, Zach, was that 100%? I should sell them? Yeah, I should get this picture and put it on my things. Yeah, I think you're right. I think I should. I wasn't really thinking about that when I did it. I was just like, first I just, did the standard stencil of my thing. And then I was like, well, I think it needs flames. So I just got a paintbrush and painted flames around it. And then in the blue, like there were little spots that were kind of like sparkly because the paint hadn't totally dried yet. And I was like, oh, that should totally be like outer space. So I did lots of little dots. So it kind of looks like little stars. But anyway, still pretty cool. Okay, Zach, I'm going to try to remember to do that. Hey, I'm going to say it to Dashaina so she remembers. Hey, Dashaina.
Yeah?
You know the shirt I'm wearing right now?
Yep, I know, and I'll take care of it.
Okay. You're going to take care of it? How are you going to take it? I'm going to try to get my fiery shirts on some shirts that people can buy. Because this is pretty cool because for years, I wasn't really feeling good about drawing things or painting things like pictures and stuff, It's just like if I was trying to draw a person, like I had to do it all mathematically. I couldn't just do it like I used to when I was a kid or like in high school or even at university when I was, oh, don't be so high. Okay. Because I used to be, I've historically been a very artistic person. I could get a pencil and some crayons and some paper and, draw something that actually looks pretty good. And then for like, I don't know, almost a decade, I just kind of lost the ability. And I really noticed it, this was like 10 years ago, maybe not even, yeah, it was probably like 10 years ago. I was hanging out with a friend and he's a video game maker, like an independent video game guy. And that's like his main thing, like that's his job, he makes video games. And we were sitting around talking about some video game we were thinking about making. And we were drawing things for the video game. And I was trying to draw a spaceship. And I just couldn't draw a spaceship. I couldn't draw anything that looked reasonably good. And it was just horrible. Like he's sitting there drawing all these cool creative spaceships and then these other robot-y things and characters for the game. And I'm just sitting there trying to figure out how to draw this, just a spaceship that looks cool, But because I hadn't actually designed it, I didn't know what the parts were. I couldn't draw it. And after I thought about it, and I realized, oh, I think it's because I've been in like technical mode for so long. This is around the time I'd been working on some robot toys, so I was constantly doing, CAD on the computer, and my brain was all thinking about the specific parts with the exact dimensions and all the relationships of the parts, to get something to work. So when I went to try to draw something that I wanted to just look cool, my brain was just like, I don't know what that is. We're totally turned on to a different way of thinking. And I don't know, I guess a couple months ago, I was like, man, I want to start being artistic again. I want to be able to like get a piece of paper and drawing and enjoying it and making something that I'm actually happy with. And I would say in the last 2 weeks, it's happened. Like now I can like make nice drawings and things. That it looks cool too. But mostly I want to think it looks cool first. And I guess to rewire that part of my brain took a couple months after I decided I wanted to do it. All right, I gotta turn off the the comments for a minute because I keep reading them. So it really made me think about this this phrase that I don't really hear people say very often anymore, that I heard more when I was a kid, and it got said even more than that when I was, before I was even born, which is, you can do anything you put your mind to. And I think that's like an idea that's kind of been lost in our society today. Because like people have this idea that you just are a thing, and if you have aptitude for something, that's what you do. And if you're not good at something once, you'll never be good at it, and that's it. But it's not true at all. Like, I couldn't draw crap after years of being able to draw pretty cool crap, and then I just had to focus on it and put some energy into it, and then it's like my brain was like, oh, that's what we're being now, so be that again. And it also makes me think of this track and field story. A lot of things make me think of track and field stories. Now I feel like a little bit like I'm Arnold Schwarzenegger talking about weightlifting and pumping your muscles, because everything relates to muscles. But anyway, track and field was like a huge part of my life for like 10 years, and I got a lot of lessons from track and field. So I'm going to tell this quick little story that kind of illustrates this whole thing I'm talking about being able to put your mind to something, and then you can become that when you're not it at all. Like, you can totally change who and what you are. However, people will try to stop you. So anyway, when I first started running, my coach was like, you're an 800-meter runner. You're a middle distance runner, a middle distance and a long distance runner. And I was like, well, yeah, but I'd kind of like to do decathlon. And there's two issues there. One, there's not a lot of decathlons. It's like a 2-day event. You do 10 events, and then you get scored on every event, and whichever decathlete has the highest score at the end, they win. And they have it at the Olympics and the World Championships and big track meets. But your standard high school track meet does not have a decathlon. But I could still do all the events in the decathlon. And my coach is like, to the fast twitch, you're not like that. But you can run. I see you can run. So let's do that. You've got natural, that's the thing, natural talent there. And I was just thinking, well, I can run because I've been playing soccer for years and all these other sports where you run a lot. If I do this other stuff, I could probably do that too. But no. Train for 800 meters, do middle distance. And I was like, all right, fine. I'll just do middle distance. Because this was back before the days when I refused to do anything anyone told me. So I complied and was like, all right. And I got pretty good at running this 800 meters. In fact, during high school, I won every race that I could. Broke a bunch of records. Looked pretty good. I even got recruited to run at universities, and ended up going to university, being recruited to run 800 meters. And my coach there was like, well, you're kind of a big muscly guy to be running middle distance. Let's shift you down a little bit to like 400, 800 kind of. So, I changed events a little bit there, but it was still like, no, you're this guy. This is who you are, and this is what you are. So that's what you're going to do. We're going to keep you there, do the same thing. So within the first year, I realized this guy was a terrible coach. Like all of his athletes were injured and I was getting injured, and I got in a big fight with him because I was like, I'm not going down like just permanent injuries for the rest of my life. This is not acceptable. It's not okay. So I got in a big fight with him, and we ended up making a deal that as long as I finished the season with him, then I could do another event with another coach, and he doesn't care what I do, just go away after that. So I did. I finished the season and ran, what he found acceptable. And then after that, I went to the multi-event coach who coaches decathlon, or for girls it's heptathlon, because I don't know, girls can't count to 10 or something. I don't know, whatever. They have different events for guys and girls. Guys do 10, girls only do 7. Although indoors is the pentathlon, and guys and girls both do the pentathlon. Anyway, that's only 5 events and you do it all in one day. So I go up to this multi-coach, and she knows that I'm a middle distance decathlete. What do you think of that? And she's like, what? Actually, I didn't even ask her, what do you think of that? I just walked over to her and said, like in the middle of a practice, this lady I've never spoken to before, who's a coach, trying to have her practice, and I was like, I want to be a decathlete. And she's like, but you're a distance runner. What are you talking about? Because I've got this label on my head. This label, I'm a distance runner. I'm a distance runner. That's what I do. That's what I do. And I'm just like, no, I want to do this thing. And she's like, all right, have you ever done any of these events? And I'm like, well, I mean, a little bit. And she's like, all right, just hop in and just hop in with what everyone else is doing. Just come along. Let's see what you can do. So the first day we were doing high jump, and I had actually done a little bit of high jump. So by the end of the first day, she was like, all right, I mean, we might be able to get you somewhere eventually. So I'm not going to cut you from the team. Well, I'll just let you, kind of tag along. So that year ended, and over the summer, I tried to do a little more extra, push-ups and sit-ups and chin-ups and stuff to get more strength, and started doing a little bit of sprint stuff to basically change this thing, because for years I'd just been this endurance machine, just go. It's like middle distance, but also long distance, like just this endurance machine. And I was like, I'm pretty sure I can do this other thing, because the whole time I was running this 800 meters, I'd be training for it and I'd be doing the race. I'd always be looking at, oh, there's the high jump guys, and there's the javelin people, and there's the hurdlers. Oh, that stuff looks so fun. And I'm just like in the most, it's like the most painful in terms of wanting to throw up event, the middle distance. Oh, it just makes you want to throw up. But also I just felt like I want to do those other events. They look so fun. I want to do those. But I'd always been told for years, no. So anyway, we come back. It's the second year of university, and training starts, well before the competitive season starts. And maybe a month or 2 into it, my coach is tagging along. You don't really know what you're doing, but we're going to have this little mini event just with, our 2 main guys. They're just going to do an indoor pentathlon on their own. If you want to tag along, that's fine. You can come do the competition too. Yeah, you got to get a bit of practice sometime, right? So I looked at her and said, I'm going to win that, right? And I knew I'd been keeping track of how I was doing and how these other guys were doing. And even though I was being completely ignored, I was starting to make some progress, starting to get somewhere. And I knew they could beat me in most of the events. However, the last event is a distance event. I can kill them in that. So as long as I can stay close to them, the last event, I can blow them out and win the whole thing, right? So I tell her, I'm going to win that, right? And it was like the first time she actually looked at me, and in her mind, it cracked the idea that maybe I'm not just this tagging along guy who's useless and worthless, and just this distance guy that she needs to get to fail. So I'll go back to distance. Maybe I can do this. So we did this little mini competition, the 3 of us, and I killed them, totally beat them. So from that point on, I was the main guy for training, right? And this was much less than a year, just a few months between having no clue of how to do this at all, and having a coach looking at me like, what are you even doing here? So okay, now you're the main guy, let's go. These other guys, they're off to the side. And then by the end of the year, here's an important thing. There are a few like really profound, important lessons in this whole story that I got that I use every day, and I often go back to think about that. So one thing was when you choose to do what you want to do, it's really scary. So when I decided that I was going to do this decathlon, even though everyone else was telling me no, you can't do that, no, forget it. The most difficult part is if I'm choosing it and everyone else is saying no, that means it's my fault if I fail. And if I even succeed, people will say, well, I guess he got lucky. He got away with it this time, not doing what people told him. But when I was doing the just running, whenever I succeeded, people said, there's a good kid doing what he's told. And anytime I lost a race or had a bad race or whatever, people would say, well, he's doing his best. He's doing what he's told. He's doing his best. So there's so much outside incentive, outside pressure to do the thing that I'm told, and so much negative pressure from like just making it more difficult to do what I wanted to do. But here's a really cool thing that happens once you get past that little barricade, that barrier. Once you get past that barricade and you say, you know what, I realize that if I fail, it's all going to be my fault. But I'm just going to do it anyway because I need to do what's really in my heart. I can't be doing one thing and then my heart's over there doing the thing I really want to do. If I actually do the thing I really want to do, I feel like it's going to work out. So I'm just going to do it even though everyone's telling me no. Once you can get past that barrier, you will find that you are just in this different world. You're just in a different world. Because when you're doing something you really care about, suddenly your focus is on that thing. So when I was running the 800 meters, but I wanted to be over there doing the high jump with those guys, my heart was over there, my attention was over there, and I was like, okay, I gotta focus on this. Come on, focus. I gotta do this to win. I was always just stressed and just trying to force myself to focus on it. But once I was doing what I really wanted, like when I was at pole vault practice, I had that pole and I was like, this is terrifying. Oh, but it's amazing once you get the pole in there and you get shot up in the air. And I didn't care about anything else. When I was doing pole vault practice, nothing else in the world mattered. Or when I was doing these sprint hurdles, I was like, oh, this is what I want to do. I got to focus on it 100%. And I didn't even have to make myself focus. I could just relax and chill out. And my focus was just on it 100%. So instead of wasting all that energy trying to force myself to focus on something, that energy was just available to me. And just naturally being present and focused on what I was doing meant that within that first year of doing a new event, even though I started way late, I was already at the college level, I was doing Division I. You can't just start an event and within the first year be winning. It doesn't make any sense. Like a totally different event you've never done. Except I was doing what I really wanted to do. So every day at practice, it was a struggle and it was difficult, but my mind was 100% there. I was totally focused on what I was doing. And I didn't even realize I didn't put this together on the spot. It wasn't until after. And even when I won the competition at the end of the year, I won the decathlon, it felt so relaxing. Like I felt so relaxed during the entire competition. And it was completely different than when I used to win, the running races that I was just kind of stressed out over. When I won this decathlon, I was relaxed and chill. And I was like, what happened? I won that so easily. Like, was there no competition or something? What was going on? I don't understand. But there was competition. There was plenty of competition. I was up against all these other guys. They'd been training this for years. They were there to win. They were trying hard. They wanted to win. So it just when I was doing what I really wanted to do, I made massive progress. Just like way better than I could have expected. So that's a lesson that I try to take with me throughout my life. And at this point, I mean, now I'm 47. I'm too old to care about what anyone else thinks. But like, in years past, I guess even maybe a little bit now, this way, do that, don't do this, And I'm just like, yeah, but that doesn't help me at all. That's not worth anything. If you have actual like rational information for me to use to do something, fine. But don't just give me the pressure of you have to do what I'm telling you to do something different. Because I know that if I do what I really want to do, what's in my heart, if I can do the thing where my heart is, I know I'm going to do it better than I'll be able to do anything else, because I'll be focused on it. I'll be relaxed. I'm not going to be thinking about other things and be distracted and falling off roofs and stuff. I'm going to be totally focused on what I'm doing. And sometimes people ask me, how do you stay so focused on the tasks you're doing when you have these big projects going on and there's so much work? And that's the answer. And it makes it so there is nowhere else to go. Like there's nothing I'd rather be doing. Like I've been working on this roof at my house, and it's a lot of hard work, and I'm trying to put up these tiles, and one day it rained and washed a tile out, and I was like, and some days the sun comes out and dries them too fast and they start cracking, and I got to keep them wet and fill in the cracks, and it's like, but then when I stop and I'm like, wait, what else would I rather be doing? It's like nothing. There's nothing I'd rather be doing. And then I just relax and I'm like, okay, this is a bit of a struggle, but this is where I want to be. I don't want to be doing anything else. So I guess just to round this out, if you ever find yourself in a situation where you have an idea that you want to do and everyone's telling you, no, you can't do it. Don't do that. That's a stupid idea. Gee, take a chance on yourself, man. Life is short. Don't do what other people say. You're just gonna end up regretting it. Even if it goes well, you're always gonna be left wondering, what if I just did that thing that I really wanted to do? So just go for it, man. And that's about all I have to say about that. All right. What have you guys been saying? This guy says, love these intro stories. Joe Blosovmeister. That's great. Thanks so much. Because I'm never sure, I'm like, I'm going to sit here and make a monologue for usually it's like 15 minutes. I went on for almost 25 this time, but I guess it was something I cared about a lot. But yeah, thanks for the encouragement. Girls should do 6? No, girls should do 10. Is there a trippy echo effect? Your live is cutting in and out. Move the torture fan. Can we move the torture fan? Sorry. Oh, Jaimie, your mic died. Sound problems. The sound is horrible. It didn't die. There's an issue with the sound. Ugh. Okay. Fix your mic, please. Well, I don't know. I guess the internet was having a problem. Oh, it's fixed. Sounds good now. Sounds good now to me. Okay. Well, hopefully we didn't miss too much of that with the sound issues. Sure missed those beige nylon shorts you used to wear. Oh, you know what? I'm wearing those. Oh, look, they're all dirty because I've been wearing them for stuff. Anyway. So, Dashaina, do we have some questions or something I'm supposed to be answering?
I don't know.
Hey, come sit. Dashaina's seen my shirt and didn't say anything about it. I even put it on and I was like, oh, I wonder if she'll say something about it. She didn't care. You weren't impressed by my shirt at all, eh?
No, it's a nice shirt.
The internet may have been having a slight issue because overnight it rained like crazy. Maybe the antenna of the internet had some water in it or something. I don't know. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it had something to do with the storm. One of my windows actually blew right out of my house. It was just a sheet of plastic thing. So I went out and, stuck it back on, and it just kind of clips on. But it got really windy last night.
Jeff Krupke wants to know, what was it like to burn your diploma? Freeing or scary?
Oh, it definitely wasn't scary. By that point, I'd already it had already been years since I wanted anything to do with it. It's just that was when I came across it, and I was like, oh, I got to burn this thing, and I'm gonna make a big stinky point about it because I put all this effort into getting it. I might as well at least say something about it, make it some kind of make a big stink about it. I guess it was more freeing. Yeah, I mean the burning of the diploma, that was just symbolic, obviously, but when I just mentally got to the point where I decided I wasn't going to have anything to do with that world anymore. Oh, totally freeing. Like a little bit scary. But the thing is, it was scary up to making the decision. Once I made the decision, it was just totally freeing, yeah. And the same thing happened when I moved off grid. Terrifying, the buying the land and thinking about it and doing like anytime I talk to anyone about it, they're like, oh, you're gonna starve, you're gonna freeze, all this stuff. And I was always like, like what I was just talking about earlier, like I felt like taking all this responsibility on myself to do what I want to do, then if I fail, it's all my fault, and but once I actually did it, it was amazing after that. And so many things I was warned about turned out to be nothing, and all the stuff I was worried about turned out to be nothing. And I mean, there were problems and issues. There's always, but there's always things to deal with in life, and it was amazing. Yeah. So I mean, if I try to think about my life, what it would have been like if I hadn't bought that land in Vermont and moved there, just driven up there with a car full of everything I owned, and just like went up the mountain, and it just like, if I hadn't done that, I can't imagine how miserable I'd be right now. I mean, maybe I would have figured out something, but I would have done something else cool. Mm-hmm. I would have moved off grid some other way. But yeah, if I hadn't moved off grid, man. How do you feel about living off grid? Because you lived in like a city, like in a condominium, like with a car, and you worked at a restaurant, and they had all this. You had like full-on city stuff, and then one day you were it wasn't just like one day, but you just like came to my house and were just like, hi, I'm here.
Like you just summed all that up.
Yeah, I summed up a lot, yeah, but that's basically
couple months.
Which couple months?
I just showed up.
Yeah, you just showed up. You're like, who the hell are you? You're like, I just came to move in. I was like, what? No, I'm just gonna stay. Just can I stay overnight?
I mean, it's fine,
like,
right?
Fine. I mean, yeah. But like, you're leaving tomorrow, right? Oh yeah. We'll deal with it tomorrow. We'll work it out tomorrow. And then tomorrow, she's like, I just chill here for a little bit.
Why are you getting sound vibrations? Because you're moving around so much, and it's moving the cord.
Too active. I was also thinking about getting internet at my house. I'm not totally sure I'm going to do it, but I think I'm going to do it.
Okay, let's do a sound test.
Oh. Testes. 1, 2, 3.
I'm going to try something.
Sound now?
Can you guys hear us okay right now?
Is that better or worse? Chat in. I want to see what you guys are talking about. I know, I mean... No,
just do it. They're not talking about anything but the sound.
Yeah, but I want to see what
you're saying. They're just saying sound is an issue. No good. Sound is an internet problem. Broken still good. Where we are right now.
Well, I want to see that. What is it?
Yeah, I think it's an internet thing. So, and there's really nothing that we can do about that other than stopping the live and moving on with our lives.
Yeah, I'm guessing it was probably true getting on internet. Any other apps using internet you can close? No, nothing else is internet right now.
Because that's how I check the thing.
Well, do you want to do it on here?
No,
but that hardly
distracting. It doesn't.
Yeah, I think it's probably just the storm last night may have caused some issues.
So I don't know how to fix it other than we can try this again another day, or we can just hope for the best and maybe it'll get better. The fan is not going to be turned off because my daughter is taking a nap right now, and it keeps her cool and comfortable for that.
Yeah, you get fan or
And
screaming.
we've had the fan on before over many lives already, and it has not interfered with the sound other than hearing the fan.
Can we
So I don't know, like it
or is it just
literally
auto do
this
it?
is just what it does. Like there's no, like it's an app.
Yeah.
We're on a tablet. We're not on a laptop. We're streaming this from an island out in the middle of like the ocean.
That is true.
I mean, so like I'm sorry. Yeah.
Yeah, actually, it is pretty impressive that we can even do this, like from where we are.
I did reboot my tablet prior to the live starting.
No, just kidding.
I really think that this is an issue with the internet itself. Like we share internet with like a pile of other people in our area because
Well, not
like,
our
not
internet,
our internet,
but
but
like,
it's like shared at the tower, which then like broadcasts it out to like a bunch of islands. And you know, there's been storm issues and stuff like that. So like, really, guys, like it's kind of out of our control.
he says now it's great again.
So, you know, sorry.
He says, "What do you mean you don't have good internet on an island in the middle of nowhere?" Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Okay, says it's good now. Okay, here's a question. Out of my whole like almost 25-minute monologue, how much did you hear? I was just sitting here talking and missed a. Oh, it got better after Jaimie adjusted the camera. Perhaps a sailboat. Yeah, it's probably a sailboat. Oh, that's totally it. You know, our thing is aimed at a, what's it called? At a tower that's like 16
Bob
miles
says
away.
They got all of the story.
Yes. Good.
Oh, is that
Okay,
any better? Because I just unplugged it.
He gave up halfway. No, it should be fine.
No, sometimes
okay.
that can cause a problem.
All
so
right.
I just unplugged it. Is it any better?
No, I bet there's a sailboat driving like right there, and the mast is like hitting the.
Okay,
hitting
well,
the
I
signals.
feel like Carl and Bob heard it totally fine. I unplugged it.
He says
and
it's good now.
the-
We better go quick before we lose.
only have 40%.
No, I mean we better talk and you're doing stuff.
I'm just letting you know we only have 40%.
Yeah, well you have to plug it in again later.
Okay. I'm turning this off because it's too distracting for you.
All right, fine. So,
Okay,
so what do you got there?
Question. Let me just find it. Can you remind them to put question marks or
Oh
whatever
yeah.
in front of the thing?
So if you have a question in your comment, write question in capital letters so it's easy to see. You know, I feel like I've just been watching Strange Brew.
So Dan Duvall wanted to know if there was any way to shield move the torture fan.
I don't know. What is there something behind
It's
it?
as shielded as it's gonna get. I promise you.
We can get
It's even on a different floor at this point. So like.
Well, is it on the floor?
No, it's up on a shelf with a shelf in between it and us. There's this giant piece of plastic that's kind of helping to like snap.
Yeah, I think it just is what it is.
All
right, let's move on.
I have an idea.
Let's move on. Okay, next question.
This might be kind of crazy, but you could get a repeater at your house, and then we could just do lives there. You could do lives
That's
there,
true.
and then span will
was
never
just
be a
saying,
problem again.
I am thinking of getting internet at my house, but I don't want it on all the time.
Yeah, I might not be present during the lives then, but nobody cares about that.
I don't need you. I'll just put my thing on, and every time I'm talking, I'll stop like every 5 seconds. Be like, "What are they saying? What are they saying?"
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to figure out how to make the thing do the live and everything. Oh, look how big my hands are.
Oh no, Dan, don't worry. I'm just
I have
teasing
the
you. You're my
biggest
buddy.
hands ever.
The reason
All right.
I mentioned the fan question is specifically because
Oh my
people
God.
ask us.
Okay,
this.
let's
no,
move on.
hold on. I'm talking to Dan. Dan's cool. He's my buddy. He's like one of my people too. I'm just saying, I like mentioned it just because people like say something about it almost every single live that the fan is on. So it's kind of like funny. Anyway, moving along. So, okay, I think this might be a question.
What videos did you put up this week?
I don't know, whatever the last one you gave me was. Learning? No.
Well, there should have been 2, I think. Isn't there another one that was like... There was a racing one.
Yeah,
did you put
it was
that up?
rainy day races.
Oh, you did rainy day races? That
or
was
whatever
fun.
you called it. And then a roofing one, which I think the roofing one was called Learning.
I don't do
No,
that.
Getting Higher. It was called Getting
Oh,
Higher.
I did.
Yeah, it was that one. So, and Vasco says that they saw the Great Rainy Day Races one.
Yeah.
And Niken, is it Niken? How do you pronounce it?
Notchkin.
Really?
I like how you say it.
It's not correct. It's
Niken.
Nike.
Niken.
Yeah, it's like Nike.
I think it's Niken.
Niken. Okay. So, Niken says that they'll miss me.
Oh, well, I could just.
We could just split in the call. Like I could be here and you could be there.
Oh no, that's going to be too much internet. We're not going to be able to. We'd have to pay them for the upgrade of the thing. And I can just do a cardboard cutout.
Joseph Blowmeister says that I'm mandatory for these lives.
How many people am I going to lose if I lose to Shayna? How many people am I going to gain if I lose to Shayna? All right.
And apparently Carl comes for the fan, so that works out.
The fan makes me come.
So
it's a weird fetish. I've never heard that particular one.
Weird. Okay, so there was a question. Jeff Krupe wants to know, is guest housing in the works at all?
Yes, it is. Did I say something about that?
I don't know.
I think I did, but yeah. So at my island, I'm currently flattening out an area.
Oh yeah, you did talk about that last week.
Yeah, I'm flattening out an area. So there's a hill behind my house, and I'm flattening out the top to make like a spot for a guest house and a frisbee zone. Like this is a pretty big area that I'm flattening out. And then I'm taking a lot of that dirt and making like a trail that goes down the mountain. Because right now, maybe I shouldn't call it mountain. No, I'm totally calling it mountain. It's like 3 stories tall, but it's a mountain. Right now, to get up the mountain behind my house, it's like the steepness of stairs. It's like 45-degree angle. So now I have this trail that kind of wraps around, like Egyptian pyramid kind of ramp style that comes down very gently. And I'm using the dirt from the top for that. And that's almost down to the bottom. And yeah, then I'm going to build a guest house up there. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be yet, but it'll be amazing.
Okay, but I have a really important question.
Oh no. Can you ride your bike up and down the hill?
Do you have a toilet?
Yes. Like what kind of toilet?
Like a toilet.
Like a thing you can sit on?
Yeah, like is it going to have a bathroom?
Is that what you want?
Are you going to have a toilet in the guest house?
Are you going to...
People might not come if you don't have a toilet.
Oh no, if they need the porcelain throne, I might not want them to come.
Yeah, no, but I'm telling you right now, people are not going to come.
I actually don't know what I'm going to...
Yeah.
I was actually thinking about... Well, if anyone wants to come visit and has requests for this guest house, yeah, just, say it. Say, hey, man.
I think they'd want a toilet.
I would really like it if your guest house had a fan that was really loud.
And a really loud fan. Yeah. At least 10 of them.
Okay, you want to know what the situation with the fans is?
Oh my God, these fans.
There's a surplus, an electronic surplus place. I got them. I don't even remember which one it was at this point. And it was like a box of like 30 fans, and they were $1 each.
$30.
And you could buy one for like $12, or you could buy a box for $30. They're so noisy. I was like, that's why they're just getting rid of them. But they totally work. So, and they were like $1 each. So maybe we do need to spring for a couple little 24-volt fans. I'm
getting some not loud fans.
Are you?
Yeah.
Have you ordered them yet?
No, I have to investigate, but it's on my list of paraphernalia that need to go.
And we did have some quieter ones that all broke.
Oh man, that one.
So annoying.
Yeah, that one at your house, and it's bigger.
Yeah, and there were like a couple years ago, I bought a bunch that were really nice. They blew so good. Oh man, they blew so good. They were so good blowers, and they had like a magnetic bearing. That was really cool actually. And they lasted like 2 months, and I bought 5 of them or something, and they're all dead.
Vasco Zuzu says they want Starlink fans and a shiny toilet that they can hang out near.
They can just hover around the toilet.
Oh my gosh! You know what we should do? We should get one of the
bug touched me.
Take one of those satellite dishes we have, whatever. They're not satellite dishes, but
just write Starlink on it,
and like spray paint it white, and then
get some crayons and write Starlink
on it, and just mount it on the house.
Yeah. Hey, look, we got Starlink.
We got Starlink.
Hey, aim it down.
Aim it down at the ground. Okay, so let's see what else.
I'm gonna misspell it too.
Yeah, it should be like
Star Clink.
or like you could do some funky thing with the wording. Question, Dashaina, what made
That's you.
the decision to go to Jaimie and live off grid with him? So, Dashaina, what made you decide to go to Jaimie and live off grid with him?
Well, I like hated my life, and I was like, oh my god, this dude has like a place. I bet I could stay there for free. I'm gonna see if I could do
You're
that.
not like curling your hair or anything.
I don't have enough curls to hair. So I'm just gonna like go to his house and see if I could just hang out there for free.
You don't have enough cleavage.
And I'm just gonna never leave.
Okay, excellent. Moving on. The next question is, have you considered using any Mike Reynolds methods of cooling your houses with thermal mass water tank under house? In parentheses is in parentheses. Here,
well,
I'm
guessing Mike Reynolds has done a lot of different things, but I don't know. He's the guy in Garbage Warrior.
I think of is Ryan Reynolds, so I have no idea who Mike Reynolds is.
He's the guy who did the Earthships. Remember you saw that movie?
Right. Okay, yeah. I didn't know that's what
no water tank under my house, no thermal mass. My house doesn't get that hot. Does my house get hot?
I mean, only when I come in.
Yeah, well, it's
like I'm here.
You show up after you pedaled to to so you're hot.
And I'm also like,
but then after you're there, the baby's laying on you, she's so hot.
Yeah.
But after you get there for a while, you're not hot, right?
I would say, generally speaking, if nobody's touching me, the temperature is acceptable.
Right.
Yeah, except for when I'm sleeping.
But okay, whatever.
It's okay.
Even with a giant fan.
No, the fan was perfect.
Oh, so it wasn't a problem.
No, when I had a fan, I was saying like with nothing. With nothing. I thought we were talking with nothing. I didn't
you just want to complain.
No, I wasn't complaining. Okay, question.
So my house is very insulated from the styrocrete.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Will you grow a mustache for 2023?
Like $20-23?
No,
like $20.23?
2023.
If someone came up to me and was like, hey, I got $20.23. If I give it to you, will you grow a mustache? I'd probably do it.
Okay. Well, don't they have like a month every year where like they used to do this when I lived?
I would want like a big evil mustache.
When I lived in Bethesda, there was always a thing. It was like November was like mustache growing month for the guys.
Well, often
they called it that though.
Often I don't shave for like a month or two at a time, so I get a big beard. And then whenever I shave my face off, I'll be like, yeah, lamb chops, handlebar mustache, yeah.
Yeah.
But then I'll eventually get it all off. But first I'll run around, like chase the kids around. My mustache is gonna get you.
Apparently, Niken says, Jaimie, you can get $100 for no shave mustache for 2023.
No shave for the entire year?
I don't know. I guess he'll.
Or starting now.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure.
Is this? Can I do like?
I don't know.
Like I'll keep the same mustache as long as I get donated $1 per day. I won't shave my mustache for 2023.
Oh, that sounds marvelous.
How long do you think I would do that?
Well, you didn't shave for like a whole year when you were building your house.
Nah, it wasn't a whole year. It was pretty close though.
Maybe it was. It was like a year.
Was it?
Yeah.
It was a while. I had a pretty good mustache. But like at some point, like if I just never did anything with my mustache, it would just be like a walrus, and I'd be like trying to eat. I'd be like,
well, I mean,
eat
I feel
some
like
food.
You could trim it and stuff.
Like at some point, it'd be down here, and I'd just be like.
I think you were trying to see how long it would take to do that too. Remember, Aurora said she wanted you to grow it out until she could braid it.
Oh yeah, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yeah. That
For
was
me,
I
don't like when my mustache starts getting in my lips, because what I start doing is I start chewing on it all the time. And yeah, once it gets on my food, I'm just like, well, this isn't useful anymore.
Apparently, Frederick Brincat says, I'd love to come and visit one day, but if I'm coming, there has to be a porcelain toilet and Dashaina. Deal or no deal?
I see. Like a porcelain throne toilet.
Yeah.
Because I can make a porcelain toilet any shape.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, Dashaina's here.
Yeah.
Are you leaving?
I mean, I might if he comes.
No. You have to discuss that with her, man.
I'm sorry.
I don't. We'll see about the toilet. Oh God, the problem is with toilets.
You know the toilets are really light.
It sounds like it's going to be fine, and then
but do you
people are
remember-
like, "I'm just going to plug it up with
Okay,
150
do you
things I'm going to
remember-
throw into the toilet."
Do you remember the toilets at the law school in Vermont when
Yeah.
they changed them over, and it was literally
compost
straight
toilets.
down drop.
Yeah.
There was no water involved.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
those
those
were
are cool.
great.
So the toilet she's talking about, it was a law school that's near where my dome was. I'm squishing a bug.
Thank you.
Anyway, it was at the law school near where my place was in Vermont. They were in an environmental law school, so they wanted to be all, environmentally. So they had these composting toilets, a giant
It was like a.
container.
Yeah.
Would you let me tell it? Do you want to tell it?
No,
Do you know how it
no,
works?
no,
Do you know the whole thing?
I mean, sort of, but you
So
can
there's
tell
this big, what do you call it? Like a dumpster almost, but like a big plastic container in the basement. And then upstairs, there were toilets. They just had a tube that went straight down to this big container. And I guess they scooped it out or something every now and then. And then at the bottom, they also had fans exhausting. So if you were in the bathroom, you open the toilet, air's getting sucked down all the time. Not like if you open an airlocked outer space. It wasn't like no, it was just like a gentle breeze, just keeping the stinky going that way, so it wasn't stinky or anything. Yeah.
I like those toilets. Those were great.
Yeah, I bet they were a nightmare to deal with under the big pile of.
I mean, essentially, that's kind of like what my toilet is right now.
Yeah. Which one?
The one outside.
No, you don't have to scoop it out or anything.
No, I mean the concept of not really having to use water. Like it's like a pipe.
Oh.
It just goes straight into like the thing, and occasionally we dump water in it, But
Cool.
like it's kind of the same. That part is what I was talking about, not necessarily the interior part.
I mean, I might do a composting toilet with like once I set up a lumber mill, there's going to be tons of sawdust.
Yeah.
And then it would be easy to you poop on something, throw some sawdust on it, and then it's like not poop anymore. You can go down there and eat it actually when you
Like
have
poop
sawdust.
cakes?
Yeah,
Would
when
you
you
make poop
have
cookies
poop,
and sell
put
them
sawdust
to
on it,
people?
you can stir it up and
Like the kids, you're like
Don't-
messing with as well.
don't actually do that.
Kind of.
Don't eat poop with sawdust. I don't think that's really a thing.
Clip that too. Stop messing with the cords.
So you stop messing with the cord.
Mhm. Okay, so next question: have y'all thought about raising pigs?
Like lifting them up
I mean, besides
to
Jaimie?
get more muscles. Yeah, if I had a pig, like when it was a baby and I started doing weights with it every day, as it grows, I just keep getting stronger and
'cause they're
stronger.
Really big.
Yeah, eventually it would be like a 4,000-pound pig, and I'd just be like the Hulk.
Yeah, because remember the pig that we bought recently? I asked him how much it weighed, and it was like.
Did you want to
500
get
pounds.
pigs?
Eventually, but I think we should put them on the farm.
Yeah.
I think our islands are just too small to deal with that.
Yeah.
They need like a big mud area too.
Well, I would want pigs where I have enough space that they can just rummage around, and
Yeah.
I don't want to feed them. Like I
Right,
don't want
like
to.
the rabbits.
Yeah, the rabbits here, those are the coolest things because they just hang out outside eating the
I
grass.
just have to have a better hutch set up for them. so
No,
can
they just
sleep.
need to be crossbred with chickens so they make eggs. Like the
Oh,
freaking, what are they called? The Easter bunny?
yeah.
Why can't I just go buy an Easter bunny
I know that's terrible.
that goes around the yard, cuts the lawn, and poops out eggs? Like, we're doing all this genetic research on all this stupid crap, making diseases like COVID-19.
I mean, why isn't anybody making a pizza tree?
Well, yeah, like there's all this stuff we could be doing.
I just don't understand.
Why isn't anyone making a whale
Or a hot dog tree?
that can drive around in outer space that you can get inside?
Right.
Like
Or-
you could just open its mouth and you can climb in
Yeah.
and it's like, okay, whale, close your
Like
mouth,
Jonah.
and it's like sealed, and then
Yeah.
it's got some environmental stuff in there, and then it has some sort of like propellant something that can drive you out into outer space, and you can be like, hey,
So
I've got a
moving
living
along.
spaceship.
Moving
Anyway,
on.
I'm just saying we're wasting a
I
lot
know,
of
it's
research
true.
on dumb things.
Right. I mean, because pizza trees.
Like stupid consumer products. Yeah, why isn't anyone working on pizza
but not
trees?
the Hawaiian pizza.
Oh, could you imagine if someone went to all the trouble to genetically engineer a tree that would grow pizzas and it had pineapples on it? Oh, you just
So,
have to throw the whole thing out.
Megan wants to know: are there any minerals or rare materials in your clay? The island clay, not Jaimie clay.
I was gonna say I'm a rare material. Sometimes I'm in the clay. No, not that I'm aware of.
I don't think
Although
so either.
I could be shoveling little diamonds for all I know.
Could be.
I know. You know,
Little microscopic
whenever
ones.
we get like rocks and sand that comes from the river, I'm always kind of like when I'm using it, I'm always kind of trying to keep my eye out for like sparkly things, but I haven't really found anything.
Yeah.
I found some stuff that looks like quartz. Oh my gosh, what if my quartz is actually a giant diamond? Oh. Were you gonna come over and try to?
No, diamonds are just not my thing.
Yeah, but I could sell it and
They're
then
so
and then
common.
get a spaceship or something.
I don't understand like why they're.
Because
so
they're not
valuable.
even colorful.
Yeah, they're not colorful. They're.
I
Like,
just personally
kind of
don't care about
bland.
jewels at all. I'd much
they're not
rather
really
have
that
a.
like sparkly.
I'd rather have a
like,
magnet than a
sparkly, I guess,
diamond.
But, yeah.
But if you gave me the option
You
of
could etch into glass with them.
if you gave me the option of a diamond or a magnet, I would take the diamond because then I could sell it and buy a bunch of magnets.
Yeah.
But yeah, you're right. You could etch.
I just got a super chat.
Here's to Dashaina Snaz. No, that's for me.
No, that says Dashaina.
Yeah, but that's because
Unless you-
I went to all the work to put up with you to have you here on my show.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Right, because it's called the Jaimo show.
It's
so
the
what was I
Jaimo
thinking?
show.
Thanks, Megan.
She spends my money anyway, so.
Right, because I don't do any work for the money at all.
Ooh. What that mean? That I didn't even know what that
What
means.
does that even mean?
Anyway.
Yeah, moving along. Apparently, the John Schlick says, I like that last name.
John
That's a great-
Schlick.
I might need to change my last name so I can say to people,
You're gonna have to marry John now.
Schlick.
You have to negotiate that with his wife or whatever.
That's a
but-
great name. The price of spaceships has come down a lot. It's only $55 million for a week in space these days.
Oh no, I don't want to. I don't want to go like on a cruise ship.
No, it needs to be a whale.
I want my own.
It needs to be a whale.
And it needs to have some kind of, not this chemical propellant bull crap where you need like 8 billion gallons of fuel every time you want to do anything. No, I need something that's like, well, Bellatrix and I were talking about this. She wants to invent anti-gravity.
Yeah.
So she wants to figure out the bridge between electricity and gravity so she can make a machine that can, you know.
Bob
I told her I
Cratchit.
will help her in any way.
Space with Bezos.
Oh yeah, with his big penis spaceships. Have you seen his penis
No,
spaceships?
I haven't.
Oh, they just look like big penises. Like
Oh,
it's like
that's
a
right.
shaft, and then it's like there's like a mushroom on top.
Isn't that the shape of most spaceships, or do they all?
No,
No, this is very distinctively.
It is a penis.
That's awesome.
It's not like a rocket. Like
Okay.
you know, like
There's like distinctive mushroom shape going on there.
it looks like a penis.
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it have like
The only reason I know
bottom-
about it is because like I don't know, this was like a year ago. There was on some YouTube thing. There was some news broadcast where they were saying like they were showing, you know what's his thing called? Something
know.
blue. His spaceship's taking off.
Oh yeah.
And they showed the spaceship taking off, and there was a guy and the girl, the news people,
Mm-hmm.
and they're looking at it, and they just started laughing. And they're like, and I was like, and he didn't have to say what it was. It was just like this penis was just like, whoa!
Karina says that she says, "Oh my God, I'm not going to be able to unsee the penis shape now."
Yeah, have you
The
seen
penis ship.
have you seen this penis spaceship?
I feel like I wish there was a way to like call up on YouTube in a live where you could like pull up a picture in the like PIP, you know.
Well, I could just
And you could be like,
no,
"Here's-"
I just need to have a piece of paper here and a crayon, and I could draw the penis spaceship. I mean, it would, you know, like flames coming out the bottom. I mean, I could do that in seconds.
Mhm.
I told you I've been getting better at drawing things.
Yeah.
Did you see my video game characters I've been drawing?
Yeah.
They were right beside the wall
I
where you
saw
were hanging
them.
out. Pretty good,
The
eh?
only one I was a little
no.
like,
The girl with the big hair?
no,
Oh.
it was the unicorn.
Oh,
That one I was staring at for a while. I think I was staring at it too much though.
so you want to know what the unicorn was?
Yeah, I didn't understand what was going on there.
Bellatrix, my 10-year-old? Yeah, she's 10. I know how old she is. She wanted me to draw her a unicorn, so I drew a unicorn. and I hadn't seen a horse in quite some time, and I wasn't drawing from a picture or anything, so I was just like, wait, their legs bend this way? I got all the things basically right.
Yeah.
And it just kind of looks a little
slightly
cartoony.
off, and I was just like,
really?
not off. It's not the right word
It's
for it, but it's
supposed
just
to.
like.
Now I'm gonna have to show this picture this year.
Okay,
at
I
some
think
point.
what it was after, because like I was staring at it for like 45 minutes while I'm nursing baby. And
So it was spectacularly glamorous.
No,
then.
It was good. I just
but you were staring at it.
Yeah.
So
it was great.
It was supposed to be.
My construction
it was supposed to be fabulous.
It was fabulous.
Good.
I mean, it was better than anything I could draw.
Go ahead. Let's hear it.
So I just wasn't. I think the proportions of the lower body and the upper body looked like the upper body was farther away than the lower body. So I wasn't sure if that's what was supposed to be.
Really?
Yeah, it looks slightly smaller on the.
Now I'm gonna have to show this picture because I didn't think that was the case.
Yeah. Anyway, it's only.
If anything, I think the upper body was closer.
Yeah, you'll see what I mean.
All right, maybe I'll see what you mean. I did try to make the lower legs kind of long though, because I wanted them to be.
It was just something. It was the legs, and I was just like.
I wanted them to be like elegant and fabulous, because my daughter loves. She loves unicorns and princesses, and I was like, ooh, we gotta have like long, sexy legs on this unicorn. They were like.
But I really want to know is the name. Like, what was
Halfador.
that?
She asked me what his name was. Well, okay, I drew that unicorn.
Mm-hmm.
I really feel like we need the picture of this. So anyway, I drew a picture of a unicorn, and then I was like, and then Aurora said, well, I don't know if you should give that to her, because usually when I give a picture to Bellatrix, she scribbles all over it and says, yeah, it's colored, and then it's right. So I ended up tracing it for her. And then Carcannon wanted one. He's like, I want a horse. So I traced him one. I ended up tracing like 5 of these unicorns.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so I kept one for myself. And I was like, well, I'm going to color mine in. And then I colored it in. And then she's like, well, what's his name? And I was like, Halfador. So his name's Halfador. And then I wrote Halfador in fancy letters. Yeah.
So, Karina would like to know if you can draw bunnies.
Who do we know that's named Karina?
Karina. She's the lady.
Karina?
Yeah, she's the lady who's
sending us her
books.
This isn't Karina.
No, it's Crina.
Crina. Karina.
Karina.
Oh, I've never heard that particular name.
Yeah. She's the one sending us the books to read.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
thanks,
thanks,
Karina.
And like one.
Sorry for my bad sound today. Hopefully my sound's going better.
Apparently, Joseph Blowmeister says, rumor has it that Trump has a glorious mushroom.
Really? Well, I hope so.
Yeah, me too.
He's letting some people down there. So wait, what was Karina saying? You said she
wanted to know if you can draw bunnies.
Yeah, I can draw bunnies.
I think she wants you to draw one.
Okay. I'm gonna have to start showing some of my drawings, I guess.
Like right now.
I don't even draw one.
If you get internet at your house, will you do a live stream showing how to draw unicorns?
Oh, yeah. Oh, totally. If someone makes the request, yeah.
Well, that Vasco just made the request.
But I'm not going to remember.
Right.
So I'm going to have to get the internet, then I'm going to have to be doing a live, and then he's going to have to say, but if you say, hey, can you do
a unicorn tutorial?
Unicorn drawing tutorial? Yeah, man.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, totally, dude.
That out.
Yeah, I will. Yeah, after I traced a few, and I couldn't actually see through the paper because I'm using like most of my big pieces of paper are like from packaging material. So when I get stuff from the electronics place, they stuff the box with all kinds of big sheets of paper, and I pull them out and flatten them out, and that's my big drawing paper. Or I use cement bags. I'm always careful to cut my bags of cement near the seams so I can rip them open, and I get a big sheet of paper, and you can't trace through those. So I just kind of like had to like see where, like, look under it, see where the things were, and kind of like draw. And I by the third one, I had a really good idea. Okay, I put a circle here for this knee, circle here for this knee, and yeah.
I feel like there was another question I might have missed. If I'm missing any of your questions, please feel free to repeat them because sometimes I miss them.
Yeah.
So, there's that.
Yeah, totally. Don't feel like you're rude if you say it again.
So we were having an interesting conversation.
Wait, me and you?
Yeah.
Oh God. I mean, yeah. What were we talking about?
This morning, I think, at some point in time, and we were talking about something a friend and I have been talking about
I respond in this conversation?
We were started talking about it, and like you said, like
I totally remember that.
it should be reasonable. It was like 3 o'clock in the morning. So I was just wondering if you wanted to talk about that a little more extensively for people out there who might be like thinking like finding a relationship with a person should, not be or is impossible or whatever. Do you think we're on a better question?
Yeah, what is the actual question? Well, for one, first I could just say, I'm probably not the best person to ask about this. Because, like, we had kids together because you're not the best person to ask about this either. Because neither of us, like, found the right person. And we're just like, let's just have kids together and then not worry about all the other stuff. But yeah, now it's like at the point where I'm like, okay, I've been alone long enough. I should try to meet someone.
Right.
But I don't know what the stuff to do.
Right. No, it's not talking about like what to do. It's talking about like, what is your opinion about that? Like, is it?
Oh,
like,
I think it's
what
totally.
You were saying, let me tell you, what you were saying when we were having this conversation was how society has basically created. Do you remember having this conversation?
No, tell me.
You were talking
vaguely.
about how society had created this like concept of arguing and like all this stuff, and I was saying that I felt like not that I have practical application.
Well, you were saying that,
but I feel like
in the past
first is like the important thing. Like that.
Yes, that is important.
Right.
You're also saying that in the past, a lot of times relationships were more utilitarian. So people would get together because I guess you could say this is kind of why we hang out with each other, even though we don't, like, personality-wise, we're just, like, totally different. We don't mash, but we don't mesh. We do mash, like, smash, like, anyway, anyway, I'm digging myself a hole here. Anyway, but we both have things the other person needs in terms of skills. Yeah, like you can make babies, I guess. But also, you used to find us cool jobs and stuff like that, and like we're allies in very utilitarian ways, and that's how a lot of relationships used to be more.
Right.
I think that's something that's gotten lost today, because like, okay, full disclosure, I went on to like one of those dating website things and reading some profiles. Man, it's like I don't know what the guys are saying, so I can only talk about the girls because that's all I was looking at. But they're just like, I like to watch TV and smoke some weed. That's it. Mm-hmm. That's a whole profile. Or like you'll just say, let's chat. Or like I like to have fun. And it's like, well, there's no substance here. Like if you're actually trying to meet someone, don't you feel like you need to have something to offer, or at least have an opinion of what you're looking for that you can connect with? And then, talking with a few people, it's like this competition. It's not like they're trying to meet someone who's compatible. And I'm just like, look, let's see if we're compatible. That should be the point of our conversation. That's what we should be talking about. Are we compatible? But no, it's like, I want to make you like me so that I feel good about myself. So I'm going to say whatever I need to make you like me. And then as soon as you like me, then I can disappear and get the next person who's going to, boost my little ego. And it's just this silly game instead of what people should be doing. And the internet is like a perfect thing for this. Mm-hmm. Like if people were using it right, they could just go on these dating sites or whatever and almost just make a list of like, this is what I'm like. This is what my personality is like. This is the kind of people I get along with. And I mean, they should even have just this grid of information that you could like poke the answers. But it doesn't work.
I know.
They kind of like fake it. Like it should be so easy to match up people who are likely going to be able to connect with each other. But they don't want to do that, because once they connect people with each other, then they lost the customer. There's got to be a better way to do the business model, maybe like make it so you pay them when you meet someone.
And Animatron says 3 years plow experience mandatory.
Plow experience, like driving a plow?
I don't know. That's just what he says.
Or is that like a innuendo?
Not sure. So apparently,
exterminate. Plug it back in. Exterminate.
I don't know.
I have not been keeping up with the new Doctor Who at all. Is that still going?
I don't know.
Yeah, after.
I gave up after my favorite one.
Well, basically after David Tennant, it just kind of fell apart. I mean, I watched a little bit after that.
Fine, but he was too much like David. He didn't have his own personality. I did like the guy after Matt Smith, though. Actually, Peter Capaldi.
I didn't watch it.
I think he was only on for a short, like, first season.
You know what I didn't like about Matt Smith is he was so defeatist. Like he was always like a victim, and I was like, oh, that's not Doctor Who. If anyone who doesn't know what we're talking about the show Doctor Who, and the Doctor is like, he's not supposed to be a victim. I hate when people are victims.
Right.
He's the hero of the show. He's this character who's been alive forever and does all this crazy adventuring, and then suddenly he became a victim, and I was like, forget it. Oh my. Of course, Tom Baker was the best one. Although that's the one I watched when I was growing up. That's why I like him.
I'm just going to see if it maybe works better if it's on me, since I don't move around nearly as much as you do.
Probably.
Because I think looking around
as much I've been exercising more, so I have more energy.
So we'll see if that fixes.
Actually, that's also why I didn't put sleeves on my shirt.
So your muscles wouldn't bust out of your
Aurora
sleeves.
asked why I didn't put sleeves on my shirt. And I was like, yeah, because I'm working out more, and I don't want to rip my sleeves off with my muscles, because they're going to keep getting bigger and bigger,
It's no better on me, apparently. So.
Well, I could have told you that.
Yeah. I don't know. There, I hit the tablet again. That apparently worked the last 2 times, but we'll see.
What's your battery right now?
It's slow. We can see what happens without the microphone. Let's see if that solves anything for a while. Now I don't know. Somebody says yes. Now it's working. I guess that worked. Fixed. Okay, so we'll just go without a mic. People can see me build the rest just fine.
So what were we talking about?
We're talking about trying to find somebody that you don't argue with.
Or we can just try and
I would expand on something we started to talk about, but then you sort of got into tangents about why they don't work out. So in the past, like hundreds of years before, like now, people generally got together because like somebody needed to be doing one job and the other person needed to be doing the other job. And typically speaking, the females were the ones that were in charge of like the house and the kids and like the gardens, and the men were the ones that were typically in charge of like the going out and like obtaining food.
Or I could sum it up in a engineering sort of way by saying basically the woman this sounds terrible, the woman or the man. The woman took care of the home, and the man went out and got stuff for them.
I don't know why there's so many issues today with this game. So
I'm just saying probably
it's gotta be the internet with the service. Like
maybe some
over there. Just stop moving.
maybe some trees got knocked down and messed up some of the wires and stuff.
Yeah. So I don't know.
Yeah, sorry, there's nothing we can do about it.
Yeah, sorry guys.
One of my windows blew out during the storm, and I could put that back in, but I can't fix the unit.
Yeah, it's kind of out of our control at this point.
Well, yeah. Unless your dish got moved. No, it's bolted in.
I'm pretty sure that's
move.
not going to happen. So, okay, so the mic is plugged back in. It's on Jaimie, as you can see right here. We have not.
All right, let's move on from that.
The whole conversation
do.
is that right now. It's hard for people who have shallow understanding of other people to write a person who has lived for as long as Doctor Who. That's what Vasco Susu said.
Well, I would say it's difficult for shallow people to write anything over and over. Like, let's. Okay, take Star Trek, for example.
Mm-hmm.
Original Star Trek, and even The Next Generation, when Gene Roddenberry was still in charge. And just ignore all the sexist Gene Roddenberry stuff. He was kind of a pervert, I guess, or something. I don't know. He always wanted the tiny skirts on the girls. But let's just put all that aside. He did some really cool things, made the show. And one of his rules for the show was that the characters in the ship don't fight amongst themselves. Like, they work together to take care of problems, like, outside that they encounter. And, there are a few got sick or something was affecting the crew where they fought with each other. But generally speaking, the crew always worked together to figure out the problem. And I really enjoyed Star Trek because of that, and I think a lot of other people did. But in the new Star Treks, which I don't watch at all, I've just seen a little bit.
You need to stop talking for a moment and just let the buffering catch up, I guess. Maybe take pauses in between.
But in the new Star Treks, people are just bickering with each other all the time. And I know, I was thinking about watching one of the new ones, but I was like, let me watch a couple clips on YouTube just to see what it's like. And I remember one clip where someone got called into the captain's office and they just got chewed out and they were bickering back and forth. And I was just like, what? This is like...
So wait, this was
spoiled teenagers.
This was part of the...
After what?
This was after, Gene left, right?
Yeah, he's dead.
Okay.
Sorry, man.
So I was checking.
Yeah.
No, I mean this particular show, this variant.
Well, everything that happened after he died was without him, yeah. Right. And, I was just thinking this wouldn't have happened with, Captain Picard or Captain Kirk. No one would be called into Captain Kirk or Captain Picard's office.
Right.
And then just, this spoiled teenager in high school bickering thing. It made no sense.
Right.
And I was just like, I have children. I can watch children being ridiculous. I want to watch this show to watch competent people doing competent things, handling situations and figuring out and solving things.
Right.
It's all gone now.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, that's just gone from our society in general. Now it's like people are just trained to be stupid, useless people. And I felt like I was trained to be like that too.
Right.
I feel like I mostly got out of that, hopefully.
So I'm thinking today, my thoughts on the live today is maybe we should close it early.
Alright. You still got sound problem?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good. Okay.
I have a lot of stuff to do today.
Oh, do you?
Yeah. I just call my parents back.
Well, you can't call your parents back because the internet's not working right.
Sure, you finally attacked my mom this morning, so... Apparently Anonymatron says they can't watch movies with people anymore. They get mad at me pointing out the narrative.
Yeah.
With
how stupid it is?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like a lot of older movies. Once they get too old, it's harder to relate. But one of the movie that just came to mind was Silent Running.
Right.
And I'm sure there were some problems with that. But it's a pretty cool movie about this guy who, it's going to take forever to explain.
Okay, this is what I'm going to say is, we can just keep talking. We can leave the live on. I can still interact with the conversation, but I'm just going to tell people right now, if the sound sucks, don't tell me because there's nothing you can do about it. So,
don't feel bad
if you leave, don't feel bad if you can't hear it or whatever. Maybe it'll even out when it, goes into the recorded version of it. Maybe it won't, but, so I'll still read the comments, and we're going to sit here and just chat, and, but don't feel obligated to have to stay through terrible sound, and we aren't going to feel obligated to have to address it all the time, so, because there's really nothing we can do at this point, so, yeah.
Well, do you want to try stopping it and starting it again?
I mean,
or
I don't
do you
think that's going
not
to
do
do
anything?
anything,
Right.
so,
All right.
I could reset the tablet, and then we could come back into the live.
All right, you want to come back in 2 minutes?
We'll try it.
Let's come back in 2 minutes.
Okay. Do you want to?
Okay.
Do you want to hide that because it'll keep popping up?
So one thing, back to
First off, is that any better?
Is that any better? I don't know. I'm just gonna keep going though.
Go ahead.
Otherwise, we're gonna talk about the sound the whole time.
I know.
We can go back to toilets.
Okay, so I just want to cover two things before you start talking. First is the sound is whatever it's going to be. We've reset the tablet. Second thing is, please, if you have a question, include the word question at the beginning or double question marks or something, and I'm happy to answer. It's just hard to differentiate questions throughout.
So we're talking about meeting someone.
Right.
And one of the comments I've gotten from people on the internet is that you don't need anyone. Just be happy in your own thing and blah, blah, blah. Well, yeah, I don't need anyone. No one needs anything. But like when you have one life to live, and why wouldn't you try to have the best experience you can? And if you think, like, I definitely feel like if I was with someone, I would have a lot of experiences that I don't have. And I've had little tastes of that with girlfriends in the past, where we've had experiences that are just more enjoyable with both of us. I mean, some obvious and some less obvious, but lots of things. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. All right, let me see if there's questions that I missed. I feel like there was, but I'm not totally sure. All right, so if you had any questions that didn't get answered, if you could repost them, please, because it's really hard to scroll all the way back through like the miles of sound issues.
I'll do it.
So I rule technology.
Do you? Did you fix it?
No, yes, I did, but
you fixed it.
Apparently, I rule technology.
Hey, I could figure out how to do all this live crap too if I just really wanted to. Wait, I just set up this one.
We just talked about skills and stuff.
Yeah, you have skills. Yeah.
You didn't set this one up. I did.
No, I just pushed the button to go. Yeah. If I figure out how to do it, what am I gonna do with her?
I know.
It's like I'm gonna have if I get the internet and I know how to use all the stuff, I'm never gonna come over here.
As soon as the baby's not nursing anymore, like I'm just obsolete.
Well, yeah, they can just hang out at my house all the time.
I could just move to Barbados and sayonara suckers.
So whoever the guy was who wanted to visit, only if you're here, you gotta hurry, man. It's not gonna.
Time's ticking.
Like by the time I get this house built with the toilet,
forget about it.
You're gonna have like a week before Dashaina leaves.
Dashaina for president. Well, I am a citizen. I technically could be the president
of the United States.
Of the United States.
Where you do not live.
It doesn't matter. I'm a citizen.
What a horrible job. God. I mean, yeah. The problem with that job right now is, first, it's just a horrible job. Like being responsible for that much stuff.
I really don't think you could pay me enough to do that job.
And the problem is, if you actually tried to do the job for real, you just get assassinated.
Right.
So you just have to like play the puppet or get killed.
Right. And I just want to live longer.
And I think that's probably one of the reasons they always want someone with a family. So it's easy to control someone with a family that doesn't want their family to die when you're willing to kill them. It's just like, hey, do what we want, or we're gonna kill all your kids. Sorry, that's the way it is. Yeah. By the way, here's the other video of JFK getting blown away. Yeah, that was us.
Cam Loren has a question. Did you guys hear that someone on Instagram found they really want us to ask this question? And I've been avoiding asking you because it's like been asked.
Someone on Instagram found my old house.
Found your old tree house, said it was Jaimie's, and enjoyed the trampoline and slide. I can send you the link if you want to see it. Yes, Cam, we saw that several months ago when Andy did the video. I've already spoken to Andy, who's the director and videographer of the video, directly, and I've connected him with the owner of the property, who is not us.
Am I a director if I make videos?
Yes.
I am a director.
Direct them. Yeah, so you're like a videographer and director.
I'm a director.
And a host.
Okay. But yeah, I'm glad people had fun there.
Yeah.
But I don't have anything to do with it anymore.
Right. Yeah. So, anyway, moving along.
Are you moving along?
Yeah, I feel like that question gets asked at least it's like the Starling question. It's fine.
It's fine.
It's just funny. So, anyway, apparently, let's see, what else is new? So what else is new on your island, Jaimie?
What is new? Well, I've been planting more food, and I've got a bunch of squash growing, but they're only like this big, but hopefully they'll get like this big, and except there's some caterpillars eating the leaves. I need to get rid of those caterpillars.
Oh, on the squash plant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that happened in my garden.
They annihilate the leaves.
They annihilate the plant.
Yeah. So.
And it happens like overnight.
Oh yeah, there's just like a whole pile of leaves are just like mesh now.
Yeah.
There's like nothing left of them.
Yeah.
I'm also growing some peppers slowly, and I have a whole bunch of seedlings growing in my windowsill, and I don't remember what they were. So.
I saw a couple of those. One of them looked like it was squash or watermelon.
Oh, that's the problem, yeah.
So I'm thinking squash probably, because
I think I have a bunch of squash. No, I have watermelon seeds in there.
Oh.
But I don't think they're coming out yet.
Yeah.
I think I have some cucumber growing, but I don't know which ones are which, so I don't know. I'm just gonna start planting them in good places that either thing. Well, squash and a cucumber, they should be able to work in the same place, right?
Yeah.
Like they're similar-ish
Yeah,
kind
yeah.
of
I
plants.
had cucumbers growing until like one of my chickens got to the plant, or the bunnies. But I
Well, I'm gonna
had
have to
little
keep your.
cucumbers on the plant. It was
You had
super
cucumbers
cool.
on the
I
plant?
did.
Oh no.
This is why like I can't do gardening here until like I have something protected.
That's okay. I'm just doing the gardening. You can do your silly animals. I'll do the
That's fine,
gardening.
my silly animals.
I don't want animals until I'm growing enough food to feed them.
Yeah, it's fine. I am growing enough food to feed some of them.
Some of them.
Yeah. And I got rid of the fatties, so you know.
The meat chickens.
Yeah, I'm done with meat chickens. I'm never doing meat chickens again. They're disgusting and they eat way too much food.
Yeah.
So anyway, somebody would like to know, let's see, Bob Crotchet would like to know, that's a great name too. Have either of you considered pottery with all the clay there, production line with the kids? They're two different questions, but basically.
Well, I don't know about production line, but the kids go out, get clay and make stuff, and then sometimes I'll fire it. So far, we've just done little things. But I do have a cup downstairs in your house. It's like a pretty good looking cup that's been there for years. I need to fire it.
It's in my house?
Yeah.
Are you going to take it?
No, I'm just going to leave it there forever. Yeah, it's in this spot where you don't even notice it, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, okay. I
But
know what you're talking about.
Up in the ceiling. Yeah, we do little things here and there, but I want to set up a kiln where we can fire some good stuff that we can use.
I like that John Chrisman just put statement in front of what he's going to say, and it says, Jaimie, your shirt is, and then he put an explosion and fire. So I think that's a positive thing.
It's explodey fire, yes. I like my shirt. I think it came out really good. Hope it doesn't all wash off, but we'll see. I mean, what
kind of paint did you use?
This is oil paint, esmalte.
Like the house
what's
paint?
It called?
But the oil one?
What's esmalte?
Esmalte?
No, enamel.
Oh, enamel.
And then this is latex, the white latex paint. Which should be fine, but they're both like really old cans of paint.
Okay, the next question was, Jaimie, how are you going, Take the Ride 23 wants to know, how are you going to construct the second story to the cathedral?
Well, I'm planning to build a lumber mill, and then I'll go out to the farm, which is like our big piece of property over there, which is just all jungle. Find some tree. Generally, there's trees that have fallen down, and I will just take a chainsaw and cut off the biggest log that I can move, get it to the water, tow it back to my island, drag it out of the water somehow, and cut it into boards.
So you're going to do wood?
And then use wood to make the second floor. And the second floor is going to be 8 feet wide from the outer wall. So it's going to have a big hole in the middle. So it'll be like a donut. So you can run around in circles. And then the edge will be banked. Maybe 2 feet of bank, maybe less, maybe 1.5 feet of banked floor. So you can run around like up on the bank and run fast.
Are you going to have guardrails?
Oh, for the inside part so the kids don't fall off, yeah.
And then are you going to do like bungee cord jumping from there or something? What's the
purpose
of the skirt with the opening? Just airflow?
Well, I like to have a big ceiling so you can play basketball on the first floor. Or you can also play basketball on the third floor because the third floor will have a high ceiling.
How many floors are you planning on having?
3 actual floors. There's space for a 4th, but I want to have a tall ceiling in the third floor. So like a gymnasium where you can put a trampoline and.
Do you think you'll put a secret lookout tower room like you did in the dome?
Not a room. I'm just gonna put like a if I can find like a good fishing net or something, some kind of hammocky thing, so you can climb up the pipes and get up there, and then you can look out the little windows or about like that. Or you could open the roof and look at the stars or whatever.
Right.
If you want to be romantic. Stars, see stars.
Romantic. Question.
I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the stairs yet. Yeah. Okay, what's your question?
Sorry. James Parson wants to know, what type of animals do you have?
I just have a pile of kids.
No, you have some animals on your island that are not necessarily farm animals.
Like not my animals.
Well, you didn't specify what kind of animals. So.
Well, they're lizards. There was...
What happened to the iguanas?
Yeah, the iguanas haven't been there for a while. I don't know.
Maybe scared them away.
I guess.
Probably swam to a
Well, there were
different
two
place.
iguanas on my island while I was building my house. I got them on video a little bit.
Mhm. Yeah, Igor and
Igor and Wanda.
Wanda.
And then they had a baby.
Little baby.
Little
Iguana.
iguana. Yeah. And I don't know, they left. I did see one of them swimming between my island and like the big island over there. So they were going back and forth.
Mhm.
So I guess they went somewhere else. I have lots of little lizards and
Do you still have rabbits?
no, I don't think I have any rabbits.
Yeah. You think they got them all? Like they've all been trapped and taken?
Either that or maybe they just died of old age and didn't have enough like any partners.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
there are some hawks on my island, and I showed, I don't know, it was months ago,
Oh, the pink
like
eggs?
the little pink eggs. Those actually hatched, and I think there were at least 2 babies that have grown up into like full-size hawks now. And it was cool watching them. Like every week or so I'd see them kind of rummaging around. They just looked like miniature hawks at one point, and now they're, I don't know, they're still around and they fly around. And then there's pelicans that mostly just, they don't come on the land, but they float around and, you know, dive bomb the water around my island.
Mm-hmm.
And some other animals, just little things. But you have chickens and rabbits.
Yeah.
You used to have ducks, but you sold them or gave them away or something.
Yeah.
Frogs, like laser dart frogs. Laser dart frogs?
the dart frogs?
Laser dart frogs, yeah. That make your darts
Yeah.
turn into
Laser
laser
dart
beams.
Frogs.
Yeah.
I have golden leaf tree frogs too.
Yeah.
Um,
I might make a pond on my island, like a freshwater
I'm
pond,
gonna make one.
and I'll definitely want some frogs for that, so you know mosquitoes don't start hanging out.
Take the Ride 23 wants to know, have you seen the chicken tractor on steroids from Perma Pastures Farm on YouTube? You can make compost and reduce feed for chickens.
I don't like steroids. I don't use them myself.
Yeah.
But no.
Yeah.
I'm presuming, I mean, it's just a chicken tractor.
Yeah,
It's like a
yeah.
little mobile
kind of like what
house.
those guys had on the farm in Vermont.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what that one is
Right.
like, but I know what a chicken tractor is like.
So Cam Loren would like to know, Jaimie, are you ever gonna move the solar tractor to your island, or is it landlocked on Dashaina's island? No, Jaimie is gonna take all of his stuff by the end of the year.
Oh, I hope so.
Yeah.
What's this? August?
Yeah. That was what we talked
Yeah.
about like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So
I'm gonna take all my stuff.
yeah, all
Yeah.
of his stuff. So don't worry.
But the bulldozer is currently landlocked.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't drive it out without running over a bunch of plants and stuff, like food plants. So I'll take it apart and, you know, I'll get it out of here at some point.
All right, question. Will Darling would like to know, can you please make bearings for the pedals on one of your boats? I was sure you'd do it within a few days of using it, and that was almost 8 years ago now. I don't know what they're talking about. I thought you
Oh, bearings for the pedals.
What?
For the pedals. So you can, okay, so right now I just have it's basically like a pipe, and you just put your feet right on the pipes and
like
just
the same
push.
as my boat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But if you put bearings on those, then you could put flat things that rotate, so you can put your feet flat on, you can strap them in, and then you could just...
Like on your side of my boat?
No, we don't have any.
Oh.
Okay, on where you put your feet,
Okay.
where you push your feet, right?
Mhm.
Bearings on that,
What is a bearing?
like a rolly thing.
Okay.
Okay, so right now, this just goes around, right?
Right.
And you put your foot on, and as it goes around, it like rolls down your foot because it's just a pipe.
Right.
But if you put a bearing on there and then a flat thing, that can roll. So you can put your foot on it, and you don't have to keep readjusting your foot.
What is a bearing made out of in this hypothetical experiment?
Probably roller bearing. Is that important?
No, the reason I'm asking is because on your side of my boat, there are these things on the pedal.
Oh, this is PVC pipe. It's just clipped
What's
on.
the purpose of that?
Nothing.
Okay. I wasn't sure if that was like the same concept.
No, those aren't bearings. It was just
Okay. Is it to like keep the something?
keep the sun off it.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
But if you put bearings on them, then you can put pedals. Like a normal bicycle,
right.
like pedals that can spin around,
Yeah.
and then you just keep your feet on them. But the thing is, like, it just works, just pushing on the things. I haven't felt the need to actually put the bearings on them. Like, do you feel like you need better pedals?
I think my pedals are fine, but I'm just used to driving it, so I don't
Yeah.
really think about it anymore.
Yeah, they've been fine, and I like the best thing about the way they are right now is it's just like a thing, it's just a bent pipe basically, and it's so simple. Like, you don't have to worry about splashing it, or it can be out in the rain. Even you don't have to worry about sand or dirt getting in some bearings. It's just very simple, and the only maybe difficult thing is when you're pushing it, the pedals roll down your foot as you're going around, but then you just keep sliding your foot, and once you do it a little bit, you get used to it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and like I think in the past, like I remember that being a little
like
weird,
the first
but I'm
time
so
you
used
did it
to it now that it
Yeah.
just doesn't really. I don't know. I don't really think about it anymore. I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. Like the first time you did it, it was like, this is weird. But then like 3 days later, you're like, what? What's the problem? I don't know.
Yeah.
It's totally fine.
Right.
Now, if you strapped your feet in, you could also pull with the pedals. Like, you can push and pull.
Oh.
But when I want to push and pull, I just wrap my toes around the thing and just pull like that. I mean, it totally works.
Yeah. That's cool. That's interesting. I never really thought about it.
guess
Will Darling is saying like on a regular bike pedal. Yeah, I guess I just wasn't really thinking about that, but now it makes sense. And the reason I was asking more in-depth questions to Jaimie was just because I was trying to figure out what the pieces on the other side of my boat that I never used that Aurora sits on, like what the point of those were.
It's just on the pipe.
Yeah.
There's a couple pieces of PVC pipe that I slit and just clamped on. It's just nothing.
Yeah. So, but now I understand what we're talking about. So, Okay, question. Alex Moore would like to know, how do you motivate yourself to keep going through depression or burnout from projects and life?
I guess it comes back to what I was talking about earlier, how, I'm doing what I really want to do, like my heart is here. So if I get to a point where I'm like, oh, this is really hard and blah, 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 when I think about it, I'm like, well, I wouldn't want to be anywhere else or do anything else. So then I just kind of come back and I'm like, all right, well, just shut up and get it done, and it'll be fine. Because like, this is where I want to be. But if I was doing something that I didn't really love and my heart wasn't in it, and it was as hard as the stuff that I do here, it would be brutal. It would be horrible. It would be like before I first moved off grid. Like I worked all these jobs trying to save money, and it was boring and agonizing, and I was just like, I want to be in this place in the future, and to get there I just need to do this stupid garbage right now, and it was horrible. Yeah, but now I'm actually where I want to be. I mean, I constantly want everything to be better, but like, I wouldn't want to give up the process of making it better just to get there, So, yeah.
Question. Bob Crotchet would like to know, any plans to try the vertical propeller with no moving parts in the water? In parentheses, other than the supporting water lubricated bearing.
Oh, I know what he's talking about. You know what he's talking about? I think they call it like a jet drive.
Oh.
So basically
jet propulsion drive?
Yeah, jet propulsion drive. like a shaft that comes straight down. That shaft with a mushroom on the end. Yeah, big fat little metal shaft. Is
that the motion you use to okay.
Shaft that goes down into the water, and at the top is just connected directly to the motor. So a shaft that comes down, and it just has like an impeller. So it's not like a propeller that shoots the water this way or that way.
What is an impeller?
It just pushes the water out.
Okay.
And then you put a housing on it so that it'll end up sucking the water up from the bottom, and then it pushes it just out the back, and then that gives you your propulsion.
So let me get this straight.
So there's like no moving parts except for just the bearing.
So you have a shaft.
Yeah.
That's
yeah.
Sucking.
It's just the shaft is doing the sucking, yeah, which is not.
No. Okay. Moving on. So, do you have any plans to?
I currently don't. like
Is
what
that
if
like in your bucket list of things?
my favorite thing, I don't know, maybe at some point I'm going to try it and it's going to have amazing results and I'm going to be like, why didn't I do this the whole time?
Right.
But I feel like it's going to be less efficient than just the equally simple motor, shaft coming down at an angle, and then a propeller at the bottom. And then you just need the one bearing in the water. And that's like on the Zombie Chopper, the white boat, where it's just got the motor, shaft, propeller,
But no
and
sucking?
it just blows.
It just blows.
It just blows.
So
It
this
pushes.
shaft is being blown and the other one is being sucked?
So, and that one, the propeller shaft, like on most boats, they have this thing called a cutlass bearing, which is basically a piece of rubber around the shaft that has these slits and lets water get through.
Is this the blowing shaft or the sucking shaft?
And it lets water get through, and that's supposed to keep it from wearing out. But the way I did it was I just made like a roller bearing shaft with plastic rollers, and then I leave some little holes so seawater can blow through, or get sucked in and blow out the propeller.
The little bearings, they prevent so much friction.
And the bearings just roll.
So
and
that is uncomfortable.
When I was going to make that, I posted a bunch of stuff on the internet asking, some boat forums and what I don't even want to know. And everyone was like, I don't know, that might work. So anyway, I couldn't find any information about making a roller bearing that will permanently work underwater, but it has worked very well.
Okay, so let me get this straight.
Yeah.
So there's a shaft.
For years it's worked.
And a slit.
Yeah, there's a shaft and a slit. The shaft, when the shaft is propelling,
right,
it makes liquid go through the slit. Like it fires so liquid through the slit.
The slit is being wet,
which lubricates everything. Yes.
The slit.
So the shaft can move freely with
no friction.
Without chafing.
Without chafing. I'm crying, people. This is hilarious. Okay, moving along.
I really hope the sound was working during that whole fiasco.
Sure it is.
All right, stop pooing your pants. What do you got here? It sure does.
Moving along.
Moving around?
Moving around.
Well, it does move around in there. This is it's like hanging out with a 2-year-old who understands the innuendos. Can you imagine if Harkanian understood?
Oh man. Well,
anyway.
Aurora's getting to the age where she's starting to understand.
I know. Yeah, our 11, almost 12-year-old is starting to get hip to stuff. So when I'm talking about things, she gets this look of like, I know what you're saying.
And then sometimes it's funny. Sometimes she...
And she's like... Her
okay.
big blue eyes.
Oh, question.
Can you see through all those tears?
No. There's a question right there and I can't read it. Will Darling says, ever tried using camera trap cameras? You might see some cool wildlife, but also it might record good secondary clips of Jay working on the roof, etc.
I was about to say, you're going to probably catch me naked.
Yeah.
Walking around the house.
Oh my God, I'm totally doing it.
Because
I'm going to connect to the live feed once you get the...
Well, yesterday, I had a shower and I was... And my shower's outside, so I usually have a shower outside. And I came in and I was like, oh, I forgot something up on the hill behind my house. So I just ran up with no clothes on and got it.
It was Kindergarten Cop. The boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Yeah. Thanks for the tip, kid. I didn't know that one. I've been aiming at all the wrong places. Now I've got it straightened out.
Oh man.
So yeah, sometimes I'll just go out. If I'm not wearing, there's no one on my island.
Yeah, who cares?
And
and your kids have already seen you naked, so it doesn't really matter.
Made out of naked.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Joseph Blowmeister just said the same thing I was thinking, which was tip. When you said
thanks for the tip. I just like the tip. I don't like the whole thing.
Just the tip.
Just the tip.
It's okay. It's just the tip.
Just the tip. The rest is just too much. But if you're shooting it out into outer space, we need a good shaft.
Okay, so
And then the tip.
I have a question.
No, you don't.
Would you
Wait, is this your question?
Yeah.
This isn't a question from here. This is your question.
Yeah, no, it's actually my question.
All right.
And the only reason I'm about to ask you this question is
go
because
ahead.
this particular screen name just popped up again. And it occurred to me that there's two different ways to pronounce this name, depending on where you put the emphasis.
The emphasis on the wrong syllable?
So do you say impotent or impotent?
Me personally?
Yeah.
I would normally say impotent.
Yeah,
Not
see,
talking about myself or anything.
I would say impotent. So, like, I don't know
I'm
why
an
that is.
impotent man.
But I don't know why that is.
Well,
Anyway,
you're from
'cause-
Florida.
Is
You
that-
also say insurance.
do
I
say-
got to
do
go
I say
get my
that?
car insurance.
No, I don't even know how I say it.
What's my favorite thing you say with the thing where there's a piece of paper and little
Oh God, don't even.
when
I'm
it's
not,
got little.
Now I don't know which way is the correct way.
How do you say it? It's a sheet of.
It's perforated, isn't it?
Damn it.
Yeah.
You used to always say perforated.
Whatever. Okay, so impotent man-child would like to know: is that an adventure
Impotent man-child.
Is that an Adventure Builder Apocalypse Edition shirt?
Yeah. So you may have missed at the beginning. I painted this yesterday. Ooh, it looks so nice. Oh, look at that. Oh, good stuff. So someone said I should make this available for buyings. So I'm gonna make a good version of this on my computer. Not sure how I'll do that, but yeah, I'll make a version of this that you can put on the shirts.
Shirt off before you leave, and I'll take a picture of it.
No, it can't just be a photo. It's got to be like.
I'm gonna do stuff to make it.
No, I'll do it.
Okay.
Because I have the computer drawing of this.
Okay.
And then I will maybe take a picture of this and trace it, but like I'll make it like.
Okay,
like,
that sounds
good.
great. That's fine.
Because you don't want a picture of a shirt to put on the.
No, it wouldn't be a picture, but if you was done with it. But I think you're.
Well, you can take a picture of it too.
Do it.
Okay.
All right. Now that we've had our little side.
I feel like someone should be cooking marshmallows up on top of it.
Okay, that's okay, little buddy. I'm gonna help you in a few minutes. Okay. Are you okay? It should get some air for a little bit anyway.
My son cut his toe yesterday by dropping a large metal thing on it.
Yeah.
Like, oh.
Yeah. What is a water auger?
Oh, if it's what I'm thinking of, it's just like take a tube and make it in a coil, like through, like around, it doesn't matter what you put it around. Yeah, around a shaft. And then if you put one end in the water and turn it, it'll like scoop up water. Mm-hmm. And as it goes, it'll like, the water will keep staying at the bottom. It'll go right up and come out the top.
Oh, cool. I'm only asking because Bob Cratchit said something when we were talking earlier about the propeller thing, the jet propulsion, whatever. He said, so like a water auger when you were describing what you were talking about.
That's not what I'm talking about. It's a different thing then.
Okay.
I don't know. A water auger could be a lot of things.
Yeah. Mama, yes.
All right, just put it up, dude.
Aurora, could you help him, please? Okay, thank you. All right. Let me see.
No.
Question. Will Darling wants to know. Well, Will Darling says, put a camera trap on your Amazon list, and
we'll find out who the pervert is.
I think 8 envelope rechargeable double A's, and I will donate.
Oh, all right.
Okay.
So we can. Where should I put it?
On the Amazon wish list.
No. I mean, in the physical world.
I don't know. What about up on top of the island, looking out at the ocean?
Well, the thing is, it'll have to sense something is there, and then it takes a picture.
Ah, okay.
So it's not going to sense like
animals.
It's not going to sense like a sunset or something. I do know where birds hang out all the time, but the birds are always there. This thing would be going constantly.
Right.
Yeah, actually, it might be interesting to just like put it in spots where I'm like, I don't know what's there.
Yeah. Just make sure you have clothes on. I can blur out though, so it's not like. And he says that he's not talking about one that streams live. He's talking about like I think what you were just saying, like
it detects something infrared or whatever and just takes a picture. Or
or video or whatever.
Yeah.
Oh, Enelope is a battery brand. Okay, so he says to put on your wish list the 8 Enelope rechargeable double A's and a camera trap on your Amazon list, and he will donate for that.
Camera trap.
Or
All right.
purchase that or whatever. Okay,
Who's
so
that?
before you leave, Will Darling.
Oh, Will Darling. All right.
Yeah.
We're gonna try to get some good pictures of something.
Um,
Not me. Oh, there's gonna be one of me naked. And you're just gonna have to put the black out.
I'll just blur it. Or maybe I'll draw a giant cartoon mushroom.
Just put a spaceship.
Spaceship. I'll just put one of Bezos' spaceships right there.
Bezos' spaceship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it'll be fine. I mean, because you can put those online, right? So it's okay. Then. Question. Wait, there was a question. Hold on, now I don't know where it is. Okay. How are your lithium battery pack? Wait, okay, hold on. Sorry, let me get the whole question.
My lithium suitcase?
Please ask Jaimie to comment on the lithium battery packs and how well they worked on the boats.
Well, I originally had lithium batteries on the boat I'm driving now, and they worked great. Except I didn't use them very often because I generally drive the boat in the daylight, so I just use the solar panels. So almost always the batteries would just be sitting there getting charged, and I would very rarely use them. And in the end, I decided they weren't worth the extra weight and the extra complication. But now I do have my battery suitcase. Oh, they were another issue with the lithium batteries that I had is they were old used ones. So I wasn't sure how well they were going to last. I also didn't have a BMS, a bowel movement syndrome, battery management. What did I call it before? A battery machine?
Something, I don't know. But it's a battery management
Yeah, battery management system.
Right?
I didn't have that on them. So I was always a little nervous that, I might have a meltdown at some point. But now I have that battery suitcase I made, which is 24 volts, and I could put that on my boat. I don't know, I just never end up using it. Maybe if I had like a brand new lithium battery that I felt was going to be reliable for a long period of time, I might put that on my boat. And that would be worth, putting the charge controller and all that stuff.
Right.
Yeah. But it did work. I mean, it worked great. When I stopped using it, this is what happened. So I had the batteries and the solar panels, and I had this motor that I got donated from some company in China. I'm not even going to name them because the motor lasted like 6 months and it lasted a little while. And man, it was fast.
Yeah.
It had 3 different speed settings. And on the second speed setting, my boat was like hydroplaning almost. It was.
That didn't work out.
Oh, did I take you guys on the boat ever?
I don't think so. Not that I'm aware of.
It was fast. But yeah, when the motor died, it sucked because it was a 48 volt motor and it was the only thing that I was running 48 volts. All my other stuff is 24 volts, and the only reason I made this one 48 volt thing is because I got the free motor, and I was like, all right, let me make a thing. So when that died, I was like, I have to rewire everything, and I ended up taking the batteries out, and I just didn't put them back in. And then recently I went through all my battery packs when I made the battery suitcase thing, and took out all the dead ones and just made one good battery suitcase of good cells. But even with that, I know they're very used at this point. Like even before I bought them really cheap and used. So I don't actually know how long they're going to last.
Lee Douglas McGreevy would like to know, what food do we love to make, like homemade chocolate or something the kids look forward to for treats, etc.?
Oh, if there's a piece of fruit, they go nuts. Apples? Oh my God.
Yeah.
If we have I don't, how many apples do you think we would have to have?
Hundreds.
For them to not just eat them all? Hundreds? Yeah. I mean, apples. Oh my God, they love apples. But even when I get, I have a big bunch of bananas at my house right now. That's not ready yet. It'll be ready in a couple months. And it's like a huge bunch. It's hundreds of bananas. They're like, 2 of our kids will eat like 10 bananas a day.
Well, they had pineapple this morning.
They had pineapple this morning. They were very excited about that.
Yesterday, or the day before, popcorn.
Popcorn, yeah. Yeah.
Popcorn would be a big thing.
Yeah. Oh
I like
man,
when I
if
make
if I
cakes.
actually get my popcorn growing, oh, that's gonna be so exciting.
Right.
I have some growing right now. You know, it's like that tall.
Right.
Um, what kind of cake do they like?
Pretty much any cake that I make,
Yeah.
generally speaking.
If I make calzones, well, it's like the different kids.
Pizzas.
One
It depends on who
kid,
it is.
one kid always answers macaroni and cheese
Yeah.
for dinner. What do you want for dinner? Macaroni and cheese.
Right.
And it's not like store-bought macaroni and cheese. Like we had it last night actually.
Right.
And I made sourdough. I was about to say bread, but I didn't make it into bread. I made sourdough with lots of coconut in it, and I made it real thick, and just ripped that up into little bits and threw that in boiling water, and that was the noodles. And then mixed that with cheese powder, and it was pretty delicious. And they all love that.
Right. Yeah, I'm trying to think. Like, they like pizza.
Oh yeah, whenever we make pizza, we all love pizza, and that's I think it's partly because we don't have it all the time. So
Right.
we only have cheese, like real cheese, not powdered cheese, when I go to the store and bring it back. And if I get like, a frozen thing of cheese and like a frozen thing of meat, as long as we're careful not to let it get warm, we can keep it for 2 or 3 days,
Mm-hmm.
like in a cooler.
Yeah.
You don't have to eat it all at once. But that's delicious.
Right.
But apples.
Yeah,
I
I
love
would say
apples.
apples. Or really just any fruit.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, they even like those cocoa plums.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there a fruit? Oh, I guess it would be apples, yeah. I was going to say, is there a specific fruit that they really love, and it's apples?
Coconut. The kids really like coconut. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't think about coconuts because we have that like every day, because I have coconuts growing on my
I don't
island.
have it every day.
I can give you more. I gave you coconut this morning.
Yeah, I took it. I know.
Yeah.
I just need them to be out of the package.
I know, because you don't like opening them.
Well, it's not that I don't like opening them. It just takes me like a really long time.
You don't like opening them.
Um.
But I didn't get coconuts for like 3 weeks, and
Yeah.
then a whole bunch fell recently, and now they've been falling pretty regularly.
Yeah, that'd be cool. I would totally.
It just kind of comes and goes. Like for a couple months, I'll get like more coconuts than I can use, and then like a month, I'll get like almost none.
Bob Cratchit says cider ?
I don't think the apples would last that long. Yeah.
Apples
And
are too expensive.
they are
here.
expensive because they don't grow here.
Yeah.
They won't grow in the tropics.
Yeah.
Unless someone knows of an apple variety that has been bred to grow in the tropics, which would be amazing.
Right.
Apples or cherries. Cherries won't grow here either, right? Oh no, we have the tropical cherries.
They're the Suriname cherries.
Yeah, which I am growing. My tree's like, I don't know, it's getting bigger. It's getting a lot more leaves. No cherries yet though.
So Reed Cook says, did you lose your chocolate supplier? I wouldn't
Kind
say
of.
we lost them, but then like COVID happened, so
Yeah,
like,
and
they
then-
haven't been here until like recently, and then they've been doing other stuff.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, we have friends who live, they're kind of close, but
yeah, I could ask.
kind of
them
near
that.
town.
I sent her a
and
message yesterday
and
about
they,
lemons.
about lemons?
Yeah, because our lemon tree's producing
Oh.
lemons, so I sent her pictures so they could see
Oh,
because
cool.
they gave us the tree.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, they used to bring us like they grow chocolate on their property, so they used to bring us little chocolate nibs,
Right.
which are amazing. Oh, having those in cereal is great. And by cereal, I mean like not store-bought box cereal, just like oats and coconut and raisins and peanuts and stuff mixed in, yeah.
Right. Impotent Manchild says, do you think Coca-Cola is the greatest drink in the universe, but only if it's 1 degree away from frozen?
No, I don't have any.
No.
I
I really like this soda that I discovered here. It's grapefruit. It's really good.
I like when you make grapefruit.
Yeah, it's really good.
So carbonated beverages in general, like ones you get at the store, I don't care about at all. But Dashaina makes a thing called a ginger bug.
Mhm.
She's not the only one who makes it. But that I find delicious.
As soon as I get a fridge sorted out, I'll make
Yeah.
it again. I don't like it warm.
Yeah,
So
Oh, I don't care.
I know.
I just like it dry. Like when all
Yeah,
the sugar's
I
been
like it dry
eaten up
too.
by the whatever, and it's like real fizzy, it's like almost burns your mouth.
Mhm.
Oh, it's so delicious.
Yeah.
And then you can put different flavors in it.
Alex Moore would like to know, do you make mead or any kind of home brewed alcohol?
You have made mead.
But you don't
Not
drink
in a while.
alcohol.
I drank some of your mead.
I will eventually. I just need to get my laboratory set up, which
Yeah.
won't be for a few more months.
Yeah.
And then I'll do a bunch of stuff that I haven't been doing because I will have refrigeration available to me again and a clean environment, which, you know, is dry and nobody's messing with constantly.
Yeah. I would
So.
kind of like to try making like high calorie beer.
Mm-hmm.
But I wouldn't care about the alcohol content. I would just want like something where I could drink it and it's like, here's lunch. You know,
Right.
I don't have to stop working or anything. I could just drink like this like basically liquid bread and just keep going.
I have plans to do a bunch of different experiments with like fermentation and stuff once I'm not nursing and I have my own laboratory that people can't go into.
Yeah.
So
mostly I just want to get food growing.
Yeah.
You know, I have some, but nowhere near like what we need.
Right. So I think we're gonna wrap this up because I'm ready to go.
All right, wrap this
do
up.
things.
Yeah. All right, one more question.
Well, wait, you can't take it from me.
Hey, one more question.
Okay, just
what do you
one more question. Wes Does Stuff says, look up Anna apples and golden Dorset apples.
Will they grow in the tropics?
I don't know.
I guess we'll have to look it up.
Yeah. I'm gonna try to remember. Right. Because I might not remember.
I really want to get some nuts. Malabar chestnuts.
Yeah, I haven't found them yet.
Oh, yeah, I haven't found them yet either.
I mean, I found them, just not here.
Where are they?
Like Amazon. And I can't even guarantee that they would be the right thing, so.
Yeah. You could try, though. We need to get peanuts again. I want to try growing peanuts.
Grafted apple fruit plant, hot climate variety. See, I think it's not that we have a hot climate as much as we have a rainforest. Like so there's so much water here that I think that's also a problem.
Well, I thought the apples needed like a temperature variation. Like they needed to get cold and then they start making the fruit and then it gets warmer and something like that. I don't know.
But I think that also varies per variety because oranges I thought were the same way, but they have sweet oranges here.
Yeah, oranges look good.
And there's no temperature variation.
Yeah, but they are different oranges than are like in Florida. Because here they're not bright orange, they're like green.
Right.
But you open them and then they're bright orange.
Bright orange, right.
Yeah.
So anyway. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
There's no question.
What are we having for lunch?
I don't know.
Well, I'm gonna go home and have lunch then.
Right. This Bob Carter says he heard one guy grafted tomatoes onto a potato plant and got both.
Oh, that sounds great.
That's kind of cool.
Yeah, maybe we should try that because tomatoes are potatoes. Well, sweet potatoes will grow here, but tomatoes, it's too wet. Maybe the tomatoes would make it if they were grafted to a sweet potato plant.
Well, that I think is kind of a different plant than a potato.
Well,
plant.
Maybe it'll work.
Because like a potato plant is kind of similar to a tomato plant, but a sweet potato plant is different.
What can I graft onto the mangroves? Oh, can you imagine if you graft potatoes?
Oh, I learned something interesting about the mangroves.
Yeah, what's that?
From when I was talking to Ben yesterday.
What's that?
He was telling me that how the mangroves leaves sweat salt. So like when it's over like your property, which way you don't want them over it, they drip salt all over the ground.
I did know that.
I didn't know that.
I did know that.
Yeah, that makes sense. All right, let's go.
All right, let's go.
Eat a starling for lunch. Bye, guys.
Oh, I'm gonna push the button. What? You want to push the button?
No, I want no.
Okay, I'm pushing the button.
Wait, your toe, buddy.
Okay, adios, everyone.
Bye, guys.